Well, welcome back, friends, to the Polish Podcast. We hope you're enjoying our conversation today with our guest, Katie Armentrout. But now it's time to add a dash of spontaneity and a sprinkle of fun. It's time for Ask Me Anything.
Yes,
I like that enthusiasm, Katie. Well, Katie, this is how Ask Me Anything works. It's a chance for us to peel back the layers to learn more about the woman behind the work and the quirks behind your expertise. I've curated a few questions for you, and we're just going to follow our curiosity today to learn more about you. Are you in?
I'm in.
All right. Question number 1. What is a book that you've read that you think everyone needs to read, and why?
Oh my gosh, I have a whole shelf of them back here.
I know you're a reader. I thought this would be a good question.
Oh, just one. Oh.
Just one.
Oh, man. Just one. That's really, really hard. I'm going to go with my first love, actually. So customer service, unreasonable hospitality.
Oh my gosh.
You read this?
Yes, I have. Katie, I've asked a couple people in previous episodes if they've read it, and they haven't. I said, you must read this book. So tell me your takeaways. Why must we read this book?
So again, I was raised in customer service. And so the way, Giarda?
I think so. Yes.
I'm going to
yes.
I'm going to put this on my LinkedIn and tag him. And
yes. I love it.
But he comes from the restaurant industry, and I've done a lot of work in the restaurant industry as well in my career.
Oh, cool.
And even now some of my clients are in the restaurant industry. But he's from really high end. He worked for Danny Meyer, and if you're in restaurants, like Danny Meyer. But he talks about just ridiculously over-serving people who walk into the restaurant. And I love it because whatever you put into the world comes back. And it's like, if you just simply treat people well, when I first started my company, people ask what I do. I'm like, I really just teach others how to be kind. And you treat people well, and you give them an experience, and you go above and beyond to serve other people. They love it. Your team loves it. And then people also pay for it. Like, if you want to, I'm going to feel myself getting on my soapbox, but I'm like,
yes,
if
please.
You are like a business owner, and you're like, how do I differentiate myself? It's service. I mean, respond to people, do it in a timely manner, write a personal thank you note. He in this too, another book I love, he references is The 1 Minute Manager, which is that idea of feedback, like instant feedback, instant, simple, direct feedback. And that's part of the culture so it exemplifies all the 5 behaviors that I talked about. But the core of it is just, how do we go above and beyond to serve our customers? And that's just the success that they had, with the restaurant. So I love it. I was so excited to read it. I'm like, this is what my dad trained me on, I do think everyone needs to, you can never underestimate the power of customer service.
Yeah. That book, was very inspirational for me. And something I really loved too was how they equipped their workers, not just, they didn't just serve the client, they served the people that worked for them as well, and treated them with such care, and empowered them to do things as they were growing. My favorite is, wasn't it the coffee was not great?
Yeah.
Or maybe it was their beer service or something. And they
both.
Said, hey, both of them. And they're like, hey, this person knows this is your new job. And we just created this whole new thing, go wild. And they did research, and they just went all out, because this was a place where they were passionate and they were equipped to learn and experiment. And I was I want to work for him.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
And the word empowered, that's, when I go back to that pivotal moment that I had when I'm sitting back, why are you bringing us all here? Why are you investing hundreds of thousands of dollars to bring us all here to not listen to it? We were not empowered in that role. And that's the thing that makes it easier on the leader is if you empower them, it takes the pressure off you as a leader. It makes everything work more productive because they can say like, oh yeah, I can I don't need a manager to okay this. I can handle it myself. And it just happens much quicker and people are happier with the service. I love that you love the book too.
Oh, I was like, I got so excited. I literally have talked to two people, recorded conversations. So this would be even a great progression to be like, somebody read it. This was not a planned moment. This was really cool. This was a God moment. That's what it was.
I am not sponsored by Will at all, but huge fan of his work. Yeah.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Well, Katie, I think I have an idea of what your answer might be, but I'll be curious. What's the most important lesson you've learned about leadership throughout your whole career?
Yeah. The best leader is a self-aware leader.
Yes. Yes. So good. So good. And very evident in the work that you do on the day to day. And then let's see here. Something I learned about you in our meet and greet is that you have a weekly movie night with your family, as do I. And I'm curious, what's your favorite movie and why do you like it?
Or do you have one? I do. And it's Miracle. So The Miracle on Ice, the 1980 U.S. gold winning.
Oh, yeah. I was like, I'm trying to remember it. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes. And I'm laughing because I'm like, this is, I quote it in every workshop that I do.
Oh, nice.
Which was not intentional. I'm like, oh, this is why I love the movie so much. Because, and I made my family watch it again. And like my 7-year-old is like,
this is boring, Mom.
I'm like, oh, I've watched too many all the Barbie and
all the Barbie movies.
I don't even know all the things, but I love it because, it is that underdog story that we all love. It's a classic underdog story. Mm-hmm. But in the very beginning, the coach, when he's at the camp and he's like looking at everyone, and actually he's not. He just makes a list, and it's like day 1 of 5 of tryouts. And he makes a list and he hands it to the assistant. He's like, this is the roster. And the assistant's like, he looks at it. He's like, you don't even have some of the best players on here. And the coach says, I'm not looking for the best players. I'm looking for the right ones. And so he knew. And then the other thing, I love the whistle scene when he's having them run sprints back and forth. And he's like, again, because he's like, if you don't want to win in the game, I'll make you win, or work during the game, I'll make you work here. And he has them like run sprints for hours or skate sprints for hours until they finally one of them realizes why they're doing it. And he says, the name on the front of your jersey is more important than the name on the back.
Oh, wow.
And so
mic drop.
It is. So yeah, it's a great story, a great movie. And I end up quoting it because it is about leadership and teamwork. It's exactly what I do.
Hey, you know what? There's something about those sports movies and just those coaches, that just really exemplify good leadership. And we're drawn to those stories. So I think that's so cool that that's one of your favorites. I'm going to have to rewatch that one. It's been a minute since I've seen it. So, but Katie, I just thank you so much for sharing with us. And here's the thing, friends, we just want you to be a part of the conversation too. We want your questions and your curious musings and your wild wonderings about our guests. So if you want to submit a question to us, all you have to do is go to our website at polishnetwork.org, submit your questions there today, and be a Polish Podcast MVP.